What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I'm BraveX Hero, and today we're going to be talking about the False Promises Autorifle and what I feel like is one of the best perks that you should get on this weapon that really makes this weapon shine. Before I get into the video, if you enjoyed, you might want to consider subscribing and clicking the bell for those notifications. Also, if you haven't stopped by my Twitch, I usually stream on the weekends where we have a lot of fun in the Crucible, messing around with builds and using fun weapons in the Crucible. Now, I've seen a lot of comments on Twitter. I've seen a lot of videos where others have said this weapon is terrible. I personally believe that there is a skill gap with this weapon that is much higher than other weapons. But let me address the elephant in the room. This auto rifle isn't meta. This isn't a gun I would take into a high stress environment or a mode where I have to be outplaying others who are going to be utilizing stronger and faster weapons. Now, the reason behind this is that its TTK sits at a 0.83, requiring you to land 6 shots. 5 of those need to be critical shots and 1 a body shot. Now, comparing that to other auto rifles that are currently meta, such as the Gnawing Hunger and the Summoner, which sit at a TTK of 0.70, requiring a total of 8 shots, 7 of those critical and 1 body shot. Now, the main difference between these archetypes is the rate of fire. The False Promises is a high impact frame, firing at a 360 rate of fire, about half the rate of fire of the Gnawing Hunger and the Summoner. And as you can tell, if they both require about 6 shots, the other one requires 8 total shots. Well, what's going to be much faster? Obviously, it's going to be the 600 RPM auto rifles. But you didn't click on this video for me to tell you about times to kill. So I tried a lot of rolls on a weapon. I'm not going to say where I was able to get all these Umbro engrams. Let's just say I was forging. out there just like everybody else. But I tried almost every possible roll out there. And one perk stood out to me. Not even a roll, but one perk stood out to me. And that perk is going to be Killing Wind. Now, let me mention this. The intrinsic perk on the False Promises is going to be a high impact frame. Now, the intrinsic perk reads slow firing and high damage. This weapon is more accurate when stationary and aiming down sights. Now, I've said it in the past. You can tell how a weapon will perform based on its intrinsic perk. Shoot, I made an entire video on Exile's Curse, which has the same intrinsic perk, but something felt different about the False Promises Autorifle. Now, the intrinsic perk reads, this weapon is more accurate when stationary and aiming down sights, but I felt like when I would strafe, it wasn't harming my aim. It actually felt like I was surviving more engagements when I would strafe. Now, let's break down Killing Wind, which reads, final blows grant increased mobility, weapon range, and handling for a short duration. What I noticed about Killing Wind is that it allowed me to outstrafe my targets, my Titan, which doesn't have much mobility to begin with. Upon confirming a kill, I felt like additional targets were easy to take down. Even when they had meta type of weapons, when they had the Summoner, when they had Dire Promises, or even when they had the shot advantage on me, I was able to outstrafe them with Killing Wind active. So the increased mobility is huge. Guys, it's gonna help you outstrafe your enemies. As you can tell on screen, this is my normal strafe speed. As you can tell, this is at its base. But when Killing Wind is active, look how much faster my Titan is. Now you can only imagine trying to land shots on my Titan. It's gonna be pretty difficult. Now, moving on over into the next one, weapon range. The increased range is good, but it's not super noticeable. It's not gonna extend you 10-15 meters. But nonetheless, it is a good perk to have, especially with that range there. Now, handling did feel increased, which really helped out a lot when you're trying to get down sights. Increased handling, I'm gonna be able to get ADS much quicker, which is necessary for this weapon. I tried hip firing it, and it is extremely difficult. I think, regardless of how close you are to an enemy, always, and I mean always, aim down sights with this weapon. Now, Killing Wind, it is a must-have perk on this gun. I feel like securing the first kill isn't very difficult. If you have basic strafe speeds, that's not too bad. That right there is going to keep you alive, but it's engaging the second target. That was difficult there, either due to having pre-existing damage going into the next battle, or just overall being beat by a better gun with a faster time to kill. For my PC players out there, Brave, how does this auto rifle fare up against the hand cannons on PC? It is difficult, guys. At its base, it's very difficult, but if you can secure the first kill, if you see an enemy, the second kill coming up to you, and you have Killing Wind active, I promise you can outstrafe any hand cannon on PC. Now, this video was to be focused solely on the False Promises Autorifle with the perk Killing Wind. But since you're here, and I'm sure plenty of you out there have had plenty of time to farm this weapon day and night getting those Umbra engrams, which perk in the final column would I suggest? You're only going to have 3, which you can either go with Unrelenting, which this is what I have on this auto rifle. I have Unrelenting on this auto rifle, and if you guys want, you guys haven't clicked that bell, later in this week I will be releasing a build that I've been utilizing with Unrelenting and Killing Wind. It is going to be awesome, guys, so if you want to keep your eyes out for that, do it. But I feel like if I had a choice for another perk, I would either want to go with Eye of the Storm or Zen Moment. Both are great perks that are going to help you land more shots at the end of the day. Both perks will assist with the dramatic kick that this weapon has. Overall, hopefully you enjoyed the footage in the background. And remember, guys, that this weapon will take some time to get used to, but trust me, you will appreciate it once you get the hang of it. It is a fun gun to use. I normally don't masterwork my weapons. I don't. But this is one weapon that I did want to masterwork, and I can promise you that I will be putting over about 1,000 kills on this gun because it is fun to use. Killing Wind on this gun makes it worth it. If you can get an awesome final column perk, then go for it. Use it. Get used to it. With that, guys, if you enjoyed the video, then do me a huge favor and click that subscribe button for more. And if you want to see more content like this, then click that like button. That right there will let me know to bring more content like this to the channel. And again, if you haven't followed me on Twitch, I recommend you go out there and do that now, since I usually stream on the weekends where I test builds and use weapons like this in the Crucible, and we have a lot of fun. And with that, thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next video.